Hi, everyone, and welcome to Finding Your Bliss, the show that helps you find and follow your bliss. I'm Judy Liebrack, and today I'm joined by internationally acclaimed manifestation coach, modern day guru, and author Tsikki Thau. Her book, here it is, Attract It All, The Real Secret to Manifestation, details her SNAP method, which, by the way, for those who don't know what that means, that's stop, notice, ask, and pivot. And it's used for stress relief and for abundance. But before we meet Tsikki, let me tell you a little bit more about her. Tsikki Thau is the celebrated author, as just mentioned, of Attract It All, The Real Secret to Manifestation. She has over 30 years of experience worldwide. She's a featured expert on Fox 5 The More Show, Channel 13, Channel 3, Live to Give TV, Edutainment TV, The Ed Bernstein Show, watch that interview, Spotlight on Vegas Business, Power Magazine, My Vegas Magazine, Real Vegas Magazine, and Las Vegas Review Journal. Tsikki Thau is considered a foremost authority in mind over body techniques, merging science with energy. And I want you all to hear that, because I've had many people on this show talking about manifestation, and I've never read a book that reverberates and resonates as much as this one. And I think it's partly that science and the gratitude and the mindfulness and meditation elements. It's really sound stuff. Tsikki is also a sought after manifestation coach and visionary behind SNAP, as just mentioned, which is an instant stress relief method, the Essential Journal, and Vibe Up, all proven scientifically based technologies designed to reprogram the mind to achieve a positive state of being. Tsikki's mentorship and guidance has transformed the lives of clients of all ages worldwide. And there's wonderful examples in the book of some of these clients, and it's quite remarkable to see and to read about the transformations. Tsikki's ultimate vision is to implement a stress management and meditation curriculum in education systems and corporations worldwide. Wouldn't that be lovely? To eliminate stress and anxiety and promote positive ways of thinking. She dedicates countless hours of her time to enrich the lives of members in her community and throughout the world. In acknowledgement of her community service, Tsikki has received numerous awards like the Global Icon 2023 Award, Top Stress Management Expert of the Year Award, the Give Back Award, which she got from News Channel 13, Top Stress Management Expert in Power Magazine, the Beauty In, Beauty Out Award for Outstanding Holistic and Emotional Support. It goes on and on. Las Vegas Magazine Women Who Wow, Stress Management Expert, Women of Distinction Award in Education category, the Best of Las Vegas Holistic Excellence Award, and the Las Vegas Small Business Excellence Award. And I'm not even mentioning all of them. Tsikki, congratulations on all of this and on this very beautiful and meaningful book. And welcome to Finding Your Bliss.
Thank you so much for having me here. I am so super excited and honored to be here with you, Judy.
I'm so delighted to have you here as well. I have to say what I really love, and I sort of mentioned this off the top, about your book, Attract It All, The Real Secret to Manifestation. And I want you all to hear that. As I mentioned, I've interviewed a lot of people and authors on manifestation on this show, and they're all great. But what I love about this book is there's nothing woo-woo in it or hocus pocus. It's really based on science. And you utilize a lot of gratitude, meditation, and mindfulness techniques. It's sound, it's thoughtful. Can you speak to this? Because I think there's people who hear that word manifestation and immediately think woo-woo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. I highlighted so many sections, Tsikki, in the book that I'm going to go back and reread over and over again. And I really do want to recommend this book to everyone, and I already have. And this interview hasn't even been recorded. We're doing it now, but I really have, because I just think there's some really great stuff, some jewels in here, and I want to unpack it all. So congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
brilliant and bang-on handle on all this. Can you speak to what your special take, your unique special brand of manifestation is that characterizes you from all the rest?
Great question. I think it's being authentic, first of all, and helping others manifest is about them. It's definitely not about me. It's really about what they want and helping them figure out that they can, that there's no is out the window. There's no such thing. Also, most of my clients are entrepreneurs, moms, on the go people, all kinds, a lot of males as well that are, testy, skeptical because women are more emotional.
Yes.
And they've been my greatest teachers as well because you have to convince them that it's not there. You don't have to call it, it's here and it's here. So if we align the brain with the heart,
Mhm.
and if you have a belief system attached to it, that's great. You want to believe. And I tell them, some will say, "Oh, I'm completely atheist. I don't believe in God." And I say, "Fine. Do you believe in yourself?" And of course they say, "Of course." So take that belief system and align it with the brain because your brain's powerful
Yes.
and the subconscious. So manifestation really has to be aligned with the three. I think believe, believe, believe.
Yes. Three is a huge part of your book. The
My
number
religion.
it's all there. And before we get to religion, I want to say that you also mentioned in the book that whether you're Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Muslim,
Mhm, mhm.
Baha'i, like it's for everyone. This is not a religious thing, manifestation. A lot of people think, oh, it is, but it isn't. It's a spiritual being. It's a spiritual kind of phenomenon. Can you speak more to that? Because you mentioned that in the book, and I think that's very important for people to note as well.
Mhm. That's what I mean. If you, it's a heartfelt thing. It is a spiritual thing for me, and it doesn't matter where you come from. I was born in Israel, raised in South Africa, raised with all religions from all walks of life. We can all believe and tune into the exact same signal, and it's wanting it bad enough and using your willpower and feeling as if you already have it and
Yes.
working with that vibration, with that belief system.
It's so true. We're going to get to Neil Donald Walsh after, who I'm a big believer in, and I know you are, to Wayne Dyer, who you've met, and we're going to talk about him. But even someone I remember, I once said, I want to be on the Oprah show, and I hope I'm going to be on the Oprah show. And I remember speaking to somebody, a manifestation person, who said, don't say hope, or you will
Exactly.
forever remain in a state of hoping. Just say,
Exactly.
I'm on it. So I said, well, I'm in Toronto. How can I be on the show in Chicago when I'm living
Mhm.
in Toronto? But the whole idea is when you see yourself sitting there in
Mhm.
that seat.
Mhm.
And funnily enough, after I believed this, I did meet her, not on her show, but in
Oh,
another way at a conference. And we sort of had a lovely moment together. And I didn't get to interview her yet, but so interesting
it's
about
interesting you mentioned Oprah because she's my great, it's my, since I was 13, it's still my dream to meet her. So
maybe
this,
we'll do it together. Maybe
that's
we'll,
what I,
we'll,
it
we'll
just like, you know how she says that aha moment? It just happened right now. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
you never know. You never know.
Mhm.
You've been doing this Tsikki for over 30 years. And in
Mhm.
fact, you were 4 years old when you first realized that you had this gift. And 16 when you realized this was your ultimate passion and purpose to work with people as a manifestation coach, as a stress person, as a person to a meditation and mindfulness person, and
Mhm.
ultimately as a person who could really transform lives. Like you knew this as a very young child. You knew that it was your purpose to guide individuals to align their energy, elevate their mindset, and consciously create the life they desire. And you do this by blending intuitive wisdom with practical transformation tools. And you really do help clients move from stuck to magnetic, attracting abundance, clarity, and purpose with confidence. And your philosophy is simple. It's not, brain surgery. When you embody who you truly are, everything meant for you flows.
Mhm.
Can you tell us what ultimately motivated and inspired you to write this beautiful book? And by the way, I didn't read this from this book. I read it on a PDF on my computer, and I was able to highlight all of it. So you can
Oh,
also, there's many ways to read it, listen to it, but here it is in my hand. So now I can use it on my bedside. But I
I'm so
highlighted
grateful.
so many sections of it. What motivated you and inspired you ultimately to actually do this? Can you tell us more about your brainchild?
I've always wanted a book out. especially 20 years ago. So it was this is a 20-year journey of a lot of rejections, believe it or not. Um, no, you're not known enough. The industry has changed. It's not like back in the day. You need to be somebody. I constantly got that sending a manuscript. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
But my heart said yes.
Huh. Yeah.
My brain said, you can. Don't give up till you see results. And I stuck with that. I'm not giving up till I see results. In the meantime, part of my dream is, working one-on-one is great. And there's only one of you. Your schedule gets packed. There's only so much you can fit.
Totally.
And I just want to bring out the message out there. And a book is the ideal. It's the ideal. It was just my biggest dream. And I created the bonus chapter in the book, which is the reality dream board. And I did it every single day. My book's here in front of me.
Yes.
It's published. My arms are up. I'm a celebrated author. And until it happened.
What is the difference between a vision board? I was going to ask you this later, but between a vision board and a reality dream board?
So a vision board, I do it with my family. I love it. It's fun. It's creative. You're really directing and you're signaling and you're putting it in there in front of you. But you're not doing a vision board every single day.
Right.
The secret in the book is a daily thing. And it's projected, and you're basically bringing the future into the now present moment every single day. So your brain doesn't forget it. It records this new program. This is my vision board. This is happening. It's activated. It's just a matter of the perfect timing when it shows up for you. So you have to step out of the way as well and let go of the when, how, and why. And let the magic happen while you're showing up for the work.
Absolutely. I love the beginning of your book, Attract It All, The Real Secret to Manifestation. It begins with such a powerful question, which is, what do you truly desire? Or I ask as a coach, as a Bliss coach, what do you want? Mm-hmm. What do you truly desire? Really says it even better. Why is that question so important for people to sit with?
I think people get impatient, first of all, with themselves. And they mix the signals. I want this and I want this, but wait, I want a new car, but I want this job, but I also want, so all these wants get scattered.
Confusing. The universe can't understand because there's too many mixed messages and cross signals. You have to want one thing right now.
Or at least one thing at a time, FT3. Also, not just the universe gets mixed signals, you are mixing yourself. Right, so you're not centered.
Right. That's very cool. You talk about tuning into what you call the universal hotline and the idea that our thoughts are actually sending signals out into the universe. What does this mean in practical terms? Can you elaborate on that?
It means I know. So I always use this move for some reason. It's like, boom, like, like an exclamation mark, like I know. So it means hotline. This is my internet. It's always been my internet. It's to me, it's god.com.
Right.
But we have it at our service 24/7. We don't need to pay for it. It's free. And if we just say, hey, I want this, I'm listening to you, you're listening to me, it's happening. The end.
That's so great. Another huge thing for people, and this I think relates to so many of our listeners. You mentioned that up to 80% of our thoughts can be negative and repetitive. Mm-hmm. And that can block us from creating the life that we want. So many people walk around, I think you say this in the book, walk around saying, I can't, I won't, I'm too tired, I hear a lot. How do you help someone begin to redirect those old patterns? This really reminded me and reprogram themselves, which reminded me of the idea of neuroplasticity, which you also mentioned. I actually know this person, Dr. Norman Deutsch's best-selling New York Times book, The Brain That Changes Itself. And you suggest that we can delete all of those old patterns and actually install a new program. So if someone's really stuck in that negative loop, where do they begin to unravel it and do what you call install that new program?
That's a broad question. I love it. I think, or no, I believe that first listening to them, where they're at, which program they're stuck in. We have emotional, physical, and mental programs. Also, how old they are. I'm 51. I have 51 years of programming. How long have we been carrying these programs? Okay, so age is a thing. Dissecting it. I haven't, like a little kid in kindergarten, draw at a computer, and I have a computer course. It's a program. There are your viruses, and here is the new programs we're going to install.
Wow.
And then we are like little kids, delete, delete, delete. Then comes the recording, the monitoring, and the precision. You have to show up for the new programs because it takes about 3 months for your subconscious to record one program. After that, it's deleted. Then the program is writing and running for you. You don't have to show up for it anymore. Then you move to the next virus that we deleted. We install another program that runs. I tell them, you have to be committed for a year. This is a year of reprogramming.
Yes, yes. And we're going to get to this. There are exercises in this book, everyone, that you can do that will help you. Like, this is not airy fairy, namby-pamby, whatever it is. There's actual exercises. There's affirmations. There's visualizations. It's so amazing. Like, I can't, I'm going to share some of them, but I don't want to give them all away because I want you to get the book. So there's something you also talk about which really resonated. So someone has a medical or health setback, something that might affect their career, their life, and they live in fear that it's going to happen again. And you've worked with a diverse range of clients, from Broadway performers, actors in the film industry, to individuals seeking transformation in their personal and professional lives. And you're known, Tsikki, for helping people move beyond trauma, anxiety, fear, and self-doubt into lives that are defined by confidence and abundance and authentic connection. What do you as a manifestation coach do to help people overcome their PTSD, stress, and anxiety so they can soar again in their life and career and not be limited by this thing that happened that might just be living in their minds more than in reality?
Look, I am completely traumatized from my life, from different experiences, and a lot of them are not in the book. So do we heal completely from them? Perhaps. Did I? Not 100%. There's a coping thing. There's also using your story to inspire others. And if it's a physical thing, health related, I remember a lot of stuff that did not see a way out of it, nor did doctors see a way out of it, but I did. If we tap into that belief system strong enough and we can recognize that we do have the power to heal ourselves, it can be gone. It can be absolutely gone.
Wow.
And seeing it as a teacher, making friends with it. Okay, you're here. You're showing up for me every day. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love your struggle away until it's gone. The key is not to give up, not to give up at all until it's gone.
Right. And you also said some things that I just was like blown away by in the book. One of the most powerful quotes that you share regarding fear of a thing that could happen in a performance, or getting up on stage, or going to do an interview. Like, I think you mentioned yourself in an interview that you get nervous before an interview. I don't know if you were nervous before today, but every one of my guests, I've interviewed over 700 guests on this program in the last 7 years. People get nervous. But you said something great. It's not about you. Just share your gift. It's about them.
Correct.
Great.
I think I have a terrible fear of, I'm way better in virtual because since COVID, we've perfected and mastered this art.
Right.
In person, I remember going on the news numerous times. My anxiety was so high, I wanted to bury myself in the ground. And I remember the beautiful lady, and she said, Tsikki, look at me. Forget the cameras.
Yeah.
We need you. We need you. We
Right.
need to hear what you have to say. And I know it's not about me. It's not about me. So just deep breaths. I always say deep breath. Did I conquer? Is it gone? No. I get nervous every time.
Yeah.
But my mom always said, like, as long as your nerves are there, you're gonna do your best job. That means you're excited, you're real, you're authentic, and it's not a recording just repeating itself.
Totally. So
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So, so true.
We're human. We're human.
Absolutely. And people respond to it because they love authenticity because it
Yeah.
makes them not feel so weird. They're like, oh, she gets nervous too. And she has a TV show or radio show, whatever it is, or she's on Broadway. Um, for people dealing with deep trauma or post traumatic stress, it can feel impossible to move forward. So, how does your work? Is there a specific exercise? Because I
Mhm.
really felt I read about it in your book that helps people heal from that. Do you
Mhm.
use the SNAP method, for instance? What is a way that no, something more?
I think they need to be heard, first of all.
Hmm.
And then they need to know that they're not alone. You have to relate to their trauma. They have to be understood, and you're right there with them. Like you are going through it with them. So once they're heard and they know they can breathe again, then you can show them how to change the channels and the stations and make them feel like it was an old movie they watched and it's never going to repeat again. We're ready for that new chapter, that new season coming out, and it's the new you. You are now looking back, and you're not shaking from it anymore, but yet you can talk about it and you can help someone else with it. You went through it for a purpose.
Yeah, so true. I can see how your clients are so lucky to be able to work with you. You also work as a manifestation coach privately with people, yes?
Every day.
Every day. That's what you do. Can you talk to us about SNAP? We've heard about it before. We've talked about it on this show
Um,
before.
um,
The tool for stress relief and creating a more positive state of mind. Can you
mhm.
just briefly walk us through what it is and how it works just in a practical, everyday way?
Certainly. So here in Las Vegas, I don't know how where with you, it's so fast paced. People are so impatient, constantly saying, I can't meditate. I don't even have 5 minutes a day to meditate. Of course, I think it's an excuse, but we had to, I can't, my wife cannot meditate. And she would say, Tiki, it's too much for me.
When's her
So
birthday? When's her birthday?
she's June 17th.
June 17th. That's hard for June 17th. Okay.
Yeah, she just can't.
Yeah.
And I had to come to a place where I have to accept a change. I need to create a change and become that change for others. So I'm not gonna lie, I prayed a lot.
Yeah.
I put my arms up and I said, give me something,
Yeah.
something that works that I can transmit
Wow.
and that it works instantly. And it downloaded so fast. I tried it in the corporate here in Vegas with business people that are so impatient, skeptic for sure. Maybe even one of them was so disrespectful, and that's the one I wanted to target.
Yes.
He was sitting there.
Cocky.
Oh, I'm also a lady. Who is this girl showing up in this business event? He had a beautiful Rolex on because I love Rolex. I love Rolex watches. And I looked at his watch and he just, yeah, let's go. Yeah, whatever. This is not
Yeah.
going to work.
Yeah.
I said, fine. So he was my
Challenge.
ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love a good challenge.
Yeah.
Basically, we can even do it here and you can feel the difference. It takes a minute and a half.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it right now. Okay, ready, Judy?
Yes. I'm
So
so ready.
keep
If you
your
only
back
knew what I've
straight.
just been through in the last week, you know that I'm a prime candidate. Go for it.
Okay. The only thing is we'll be able to compare the stress level that we're in now after, because everybody says they're not stressed, and then they can see how stressed they really were.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So you basically sit back straight and just stare at a point in front of you. Just stare at a point in front of you. Now close your eyes. Now open your eyes, stare at that same point in front of you. Drop your shoulders. Close your eyes. Now I want you to relax your head all the way down, chin down, as far as your head can take you, all the way down. Bring your head all the way back to the center again. I want you to think of something beautiful or something that makes you feel happy. Now I want you to just do one breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Now I want you to smile. And when I count to 3, I'm going to have you open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Snap. Open your eyes.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy.
And we did it 3 times. So by the 3rd time, you actually feel like drugged.
Yeah, yeah. It's like in a trance. And it's just happy and good. But I also felt like crying a little bit. Is that part of it?
Yes, some people cry because they release. They release the tension, they release the fear, they release trauma that you don't even know that's been sitting there for so long.
I was so curious when you said prayer because I have a friend who always says, yeah, meditation's great, Judy. I love that you're a meditation teacher, but prayer is way deeper and way better. For you, you are a meditation person, but you also pray. What's the
Yes.
difference between prayer and
Okay.
meditation?
I
Right?
love that. I was just asked that. I just thought about it this morning with my
Wow.
client.
Wow.
Okay, so I've been teaching meditation like you. I've been teaching meditation for 30 years. And this I learned from my grandma, believe it or not, in Israel. So meditation, we tune in, we listen. Prayer, we reach out.
Wow.
It's very deep, but we can never reach out in pity. We have to reach out in faith. I know that you're here hearing my prayer. I know. So it's very powerful. If we say, please help me, you're not going to be heard. So prayer is reaching out, stepping out the way. We're leaving our ego behind. We're stepping out the way. And then there's the heart, which is tune in. Tune in is the listening here and the listening here.
That's that is an incredible description of an explanation that I've always wondered about.
Mhm.
That's so incredible.
I cannot live without either. I cannot live without prayer.
Integral to all of this is gratitude. And it's so interesting because I used to have a job. I had a column in a newspaper. It was actually the Canadian Jewish News for 7 years. The Life Coach Corner was the column.
Mm,
And the editor at the time, the publisher said, don't appeal to one part of this community. Appeal to everyone. Make it humanistic because
I love it.
everybody can relate to gratitude in a different way. So I had people who were very orthodox saying, we say 113 times a day, thank you, BH, you'll understand. And and reform people and Christians that were reading the column would say,
Mhm.
oh, I love the gratitude journal and that book by Sarah Bunn Brethnack, that
Mhm.
write down 5 things every day that you're grateful for or say them aloud to your child at night. And it was so powerful that everybody could relate to it. But integral to all of this was gratitude. So when you say, don't make it a pity party when you're praying to God, do
Mhm.
it with gratitude. Can you
Absolutely.
speak to that? Because that's a big part of your book as well.
Ah, It's my, and I get emotional about it because it's my passion. I say, don't wait for a moment in your life where you're begging for your life. Um, this is not in my book, but I remember a moment in my life where I made it. I really was negotiating. Please just give me one more chance. And I was very young. I was very, very young. It wasn't fair what happened. Something was taken from me. And I said, give me one more chance. If I get through this, I swear that I will live in gratitude because this is all I need. I need my heartbeat pumping and I need to breathe. I need to be able to take a breath because I know when I take this breath, someone else takes their last. And if we just count the blessing, that blessing alone and program that into your brain, into your subconscious. Now you're living in gratitude. You wake up, I have another chance. I'm alive. I'm here. And if we continue our day appreciating every bite that we take and that we do have a roof, to the simplicity and not wanting, chasing, running,
So true.
then you are blessed. You are blessed, and more gifts are going to come your way beyond your imagination. So you think you want this. There's a greater plan for you. You all of a sudden you're going to receive something you never even imagined that will appear for you.
So true, Tsikki, what you're saying. It's like the whole positive psychology. What is working in your life? What is great in your life? What is great in your relationship? What is good? And being grateful for that.
Yeah.
And I know about the loss of your beloved brother. And
Yeah.
that was, I think, a very, very pivotal heartache and tragedy in your life that you have somehow learned to live with. But I think there was a period where you thought you couldn't live with it.
Didn't want to. I lost myself completely. He was like, I always say, he was my twin soul. And I remember screaming to God, like, take me instead of him. And it was tough. It was just tough. How do I continue? And as a mother, you have kids, you have a life to lead, you have responsibilities to meet. What do I do from here? How do I cope? And it was a call for the purpose. It was just, you have no choice. I mean, my wife really shook me. I remember the door slamming. You have two little boys, and that was before we had our daughter.
They need, oh, wow.
They need you.
Wow. That's so
Yeah,
great.
they need you.
They need you. So that helped you. By the way, I'm very sorry about your beloved late brother,
Thank
because
you.
that sounds like it was kind of a soul love of your life. Like it was one
It
of
was
your,
my everything. Yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What motivates you when you just feel defeated? When you just feel like, "Ah, I've done everything. I'm doing all the exercises. I'm doing all the good things." I don't get defeated that much, but I know there are moments when you just go, I don't know, can I keep doing this, or can I keep going on in one area of your life? You know, I'm also a life coach, so in my bliss wheel, it could be a moment in your relationship, it could be a moment in your career, it could be a moment in any part of your wheel. When you just feel defeated about that wedge in your wheel.
Yeah. You know what? It goes back to that negotiation thing I had when I was very, very young. My promise, that's one that helps me, because I promise. I took a vow.
Wow.
Second, I do tough love on myself. I just say, it could be worse. Get over it and show up for what you chose to show up for. And I quit my pity party. I give myself 30 seconds, if I'm being honest. And if I really need the time, I take me time. I will say, you know what? I'll take a whole day for myself, and to recharge, love myself, wherever I've lost some energy or my feelings, whatever it is that's feeling down, I just give it back to myself.
Yes.
And it always could be worse. I just keep saying that. It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse. It's so true. It's so true. There's so many, you say the breath is our life support. The breath. And I know this is true. Like, I know I lead a group in a Monday morning meditation class every Monday. And a lot of it is about the breath. And you instantly, even in the exercise we just did together on the air, it's amazing how instantly just breathing at least 3 times.
Correct.
3 inhales, 3 exhales. It just sets you, it reinvigorates you, it just simmers you down. I don't know what it is, but it's so powerful. You just speak briefly to the breath and how that's one of your best allies.
I know what it's like to be without it, and how you're craving that breath. And if we just wake up to the truth and not take it for granted, because subconsciously we know the next breath is already coming. And this is why we take our breath for granted, because it's there. It's a part of just existence, but it's not. You can tap into an extended breath and extend your life, ideally,
Mhm.
if we breathe long enough, reduce our stress. Also, it makes you more youthful and childlike.
Right.
So it's
So
fun.
why not?
Why not?
That's a good one. There's so many exercises, everyone, and affirmations and visualizations of the book that are so user friendly, like the "What do you desire" exercise or the money arrows. Wow, exercise to the love arrow exercise. Those are great. They're spectacular. Um, yeah, there's so much. We could actually do 3 episodes on this. Three. Notice how I'm getting into the number three. Why is the number three so powerful?
I've
What is it
always
about
known
three?
that too, and I was amazed that you feel the same way. It just is. First of all, do you know three is also like the Om, which means creation?
Yes,
Um, and then I'm not the only one that just everything happens in threes.
three. It's true.
Everything happens in threes.
We said it at the beginning. I said, and there's something beautiful and about doing it in threes. I just said that, and I
Yeah.
say that at the beginning of every show before I read your book. So it's really amazing. Um, I sort of mentioned this before. You really lay out beautifully in the book what manifestation is, what it isn't, and how creating an intention is one of the most powerful things you can do, and then setting that intention, locking it. It's one thing to, okay, what's my intention, and then just let it ephemerally float away. But you set the intention in the book. You help people do that. And I know that you met Dr. Wayne Dyer, who is the father of motivation and, of course, the author of The Power of Intention. What was it like meeting him, and what is it about intention that is so important?
Meeting him was the opposite of what I thought. I was like so nervous and shaky, like, oh my gosh, it was in Bellagio Hotel. And he just said, come on, let's get in the elevator, let's go up to my room. I was really sitting with just anybody, like a friend, or he it was interesting because he was so hungry, he just wanted to eat and talk about other things but
The work.
manifestation and all the stuff, the great things that he did. He was just like, let's just chill out, and then I'm sitting there like, I want to write a book one day, and can we talk about, so it was just fun meeting him. We had a great interaction, and when he passed away, he came in. I actually dreamt about him only one time, and he said, Tsikki, the stage is now yours. And I woke up, and that was way before. I'm going back. This dream was so profound and meaningful for me. I'm going back over a decade ago
Wow.
that he showed up in my dream, and I just went,
That's so cool. That's very, very amazing. And then I read, and I was fainting when I read this, that
what?
you're also a fan of the guru Neil Donald Walsh, who, of course, is the author of Conversations with God, which is so life changing. And what I take from Conversations with God, which is a book I share with a very dear friend of mine who we just went crazy for that book, is the belief that love combats everything. Love combats hate, love combats fear, love combats anxiety. It's so necessary in this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, where we need another Mother Teresa right now, another Gandhi, another Martin Luther King, a person that believes in that philosophy that could influence everyone in the world to stop the hate and stop the all of it. And you know what I'm talking about, and just really get to a place of love.
Yes.
What impacted you the most with the book Conversations with God, and can you speak to that love piece?
For me, I was super young. I'll never forget the day. It was in South Africa. My mom came home and bought the book, and she said, Tsikki, oh my God, I got Conversations with God. Every night she would get in her bath and read it. And for me, it was just a confirmation because finally somebody came out with this book where I've believed my entire life, my entire existence. I do it regularly. I come, God's my best friend, the answers just come, and we all have the power to do it. And now that was actually my moment, is gratitude. I was, thank you, thank you, thank you that this book is out.
Wow, 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 wow. You also have studied Yogananda. What is his influence on you?
I don't know. It's just so great. I I love the concept of meditation, of course. I love the concept of showing up. And if you don't do the work, you're just not going to get there.
Right.
It's just so simple. You have to be persistent and consistent, and
Absolutely.
that you're loved all the time. You're always loved.
Yeah. So, so absolutely true. And I know there's so many other gurus. Um, you have some outstanding affirmations in the book. I highlighted so many of them. I just want to share some about health for anyone in our audience who's struggling with any health things. They're just so wonderful. I am healthy. I am healed. I am strong. I can heal myself. My organs are all in perfect order. I believe in perfect timing. I thank this lesson. I forgive myself. I will not allow my life to be controlled by this disease. I count my blessings. I live in the moment. I command my body to heal. I'm in charge of changing my patterns. I won't let fear control me. I'm loving my body. There's perfect energy flowing through my veins. I believe in miracles. I am rejuvenating the cells in my body. My brain is receiving only positive commands. I am recovering from this disease. I am patient. So, love those. And that's just an example. There's affirmations about love and how to bring more love into your life and how to find love if you don't have it, how to deepen the love with your partner if you need to do that, all the rest. And of course, about money and finances and on and on and on and on. But can you just speak to affirmations and what's the most effective way to really make them work?
I think don't pick your three favorite affirmations, target them to what you want to achieve. Be consistent, but repeating, saying it is not enough. Believe what you're saying. Tap into the energy of the word. When you say, I love, feel love. When you say, I want it. A lot of people say, Tsikki, but I pray every day and I repeat the same prayer. I said, but yeah, but you're just repeating it. Do you know what you're
It's
repeating?
rote. Yeah, it's not, you have to feel it and really mean it.
And
And
believe that it's done. It is done. I always say, imagine a green check. It is done. It is done. It is done.
wow, wow, wow. You tackle so many things in the book. Your section on manifesting in order to cope with grief is exceptional, especially the balloon exercise. It's so evocative. Can you describe it?
The balloon exercise.
Yeah.
You first place yourself in the balloon. You bring it towards you. You pick a color or have a color come naturally, organically. As soon as the color comes in, tell yourself that it's okay to release you now. You smile, you imagine yourself inside the balloon smiling, and you release the balloon into the air, into the sky, and you are actually releasing your burden.
Wow.
You do it 3 times.
Great.
Now, if you have a person you need to release or somebody that's causing you grief, same thing. Place them in the balloon. You got to do it with love. You cannot do it with animosity or any type of negative feeling. You thank them for showing whatever it is that you need to learn, and you release them with love. Like, I'm ready to let you go.
Wow. Amazing. My balloon is pink, by the way. Don't
Ah,
tell anyone. There's so many things, everyone. Again, in this book, you work with people struggling with things like insomnia, which is a lot of the population. And I love that you focus on just one simple tool to help them. Can you walk us briefly through how that works?
let me see. There's so many different things I do. I always do the gratitude, and some people can do music, of course, magnesium, melatonin, um, not to be on social media, not to have strong lights.
Yes.
I don't remember the one in the book because I haven't.
There's so much. There's so much. I just, my point is, you will find yourself in this book, be anybody, because there's a section on grief. There's a section on how to
Yeah.
manifest more money, more wealth, more love in your life, more health, even insomnia, how to
Uh,
get over grief, fear, post traumatic stress disorder. Like it's just on and on. And I think what makes this work, Siki, is much of your work comes from your own life experience. You write so beautifully about experiencing this deep sense of energy and love even as a child. Can you tell us what happened when you were 4 years old?
So it's recognizing the light within me and recognizing the light in others. And
Okay.
I I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it's gonna sound Lala.
That's okay. That's okay.
I didn't see humans the way humans see humans. I saw their light.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
when people would stress, I would see different colors and I would see how the light changes. So I knew what stress was from a very young age. When people grieved, I would see the tears in their auric field, in their energy, in their behavior. So I learned even behavior from a very young age. I also learned that there's this beautiful source and light that is with us at all times, at all times. And that's all I could see. I didn't know that there was cruelty or negativity because as children we're pure. We only record the purity,
Yes.
you know. So yeah, I would just see
Did it
that.
scare you? Did it scare you that you sort of had these sort of
It did when I grew up and became a teenager, when I recognized that it was not a normal thing, and I went silent. So I became a recorder and observer,
Mhm. Mhm.
and
And then you
yeah,
decided to share it with the world, which is the best thing. Like you know what I also love about you is that you say at 16 you realize this is your passion, this is your purpose, this is your calling, as it were, which is what this show is all about. But I also realized something very cool. You also love fashion and beauty.
yeah,
And you were deciding. But what's so cool is by doing your real passion and purpose, you can dress up in gorgeous outfits like you're wearing today. For those of you who
thank
are just
you.
hearing this on the
And
radio
you
and
too.
not
I feel
seeing it,
we're
thank
like,
you. But you're able to use fashion and beauty in your presentation when you give
yeah.
talks, when you go on the television,
Mhm,
when you go on the radio, and you can incorporate it because you're doing
mhm,
your passion and you still
mhm.
get to do the fashion and the beauty. I think that's
Yeah.
so cool for people to note that
It,
you're
it's fun too because I moved away from fear. I was fearful of that because I didn't want to be judged at some point, or people will say, I've had clients say to me, how do you teach what you do when you have couture in your room and you have it doesn't go with your teachings? And I said, I would say, well, what do you love to collect? What do you love to do?
right.
And it's toys. We're allowed to have toys. We don't leave with the toys, but we enjoy the toys. So I enjoy
Right.
them while I have them or receive them.
Totally. I think that's just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
People often talk about raising their vibration. What does that actually mean in your work, and how can people accomplish this through meditation?
Raising your vibration means not to be stuck where you are that makes you feel ill. Ill thoughts makes you stuck in your vibration. So elevating your frequency to a higher level, and believe it, you can do a lot with the brain. So
How do
to
you
do
do
with the
that?
pattern.
How do you elevate? How do you do that?
I show them where they're at, and I'm very straightforward and I don't mess around. As compassionate as the work is, sometimes it has to be extremely precise and loving and saying, look, it's kind of like the Matrix. Do you want this pill or this pill? Do you want to stay here? And do you want to listen to that recording for the rest of your life because you're going to be alone? Or do you want to be loved through it and elevate and move to the next level?
Amazing. You've even developed things like heartbeat meditation using sound and frequency to help people connect and heal. And I know that this is something you even use with your own father during a very difficult time. And he was not a believer and he became a believer. What was that experience like? You were with him when he passed away and even before, helping
Wow.
him and showing him the light.
You're really, really touching my soul today. Really. Yeah, towards the end, and we took care of him till the last day, my wife and I. Um, he finally told me the truth, and he said, "It's not that I didn't believe, I feared it."
I knew you were going to say that.
And he said, "Do me a favor, Tsikki, after I'm gone," because he died of heart failure. will you do this meditation CD? And we recorded it raw back then, 2013 he passed, and we recorded it raw with dolphins and heartbeats, no script. We just recorded that, and with the scientist as well, recorded the beats, and it was just, it helped so many people. And that, for me, that was my dad's wings in there as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's funny, when he crossed over, there was no time I remember, in our tradition, you have to call the rabbi to come and do the last thing. And I remember the rabbi saying, there's no time, Tsikki, you're going to have to do it. And I went, and he said, just think, he chose you.
Yeah. And he instructed you over the phone. There's a beautiful section in the book about this. And you did it. You never believed you could do that.
Yeah, I wanted to run. It's so much easier to help someone else in a crisis, or to cross over even, or to teach them about that and not to fear, versus when you meet your own.
That's incredible. And your father chose you, really. That's the coolest thing.
Thank
God,
you.
your father combination.
Oh, thank you.
You've spoken about something as simple as when you hug someone for just 30 seconds, there's a sense of joy that comes over them. It's so true. We need more hugging. We need more love. Right?
I think we just need to love, period. And we can love a stranger as our own child. Like, we just need to be open to the concept of unconditional love, because how do we meet our partners and our spouses? They come from different parts of the world, yet we're able to love them unconditionally. Why can't we do it with anybody?
What is the heart? You seem like such an elevated person who's living on a higher vibrational frequency and helping others do the same, which I love about you too. You're not saying, I'm the only way you can feel this way. You want people to become their own portable coach and learn how to do it for themselves. And I think that's what's so fabulous about your work. What is the hardest thing you deal with every day?
Arrogancy. There's no way, I can't. Getting them to that next point, that takes sometimes a session, sometimes more than one. It's that place where they've been stuck for so long, until you can make them see that they're worth of being loved. It's okay for them to say yes to being loved. And it's that empty place to me, that's the root cause of everything.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think if the whole world knew this, maybe you'll be the next Mother Teresa spreading this message to the world, which would be so great. If someone listening on Zoomer Radio right now wants to start today in any of these areas, or all of these areas, what is one simple thing that they can do to begin manifesting a better life?
Say yes to it all.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
It's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. There's so many things. The love arrows section in the book, everyone, you have to read it to get it, but it's so powerful for anyone looking for love, anyone wanting to maintain love or strengthen their relationship. And I love when you talk about your literary agent, Gary Krebs, who delivers fresh coffee in bed to his wife every morning, iced coffee in the summer, of course. That's so, I just loved hearing about that. That was such an evocative moment of action.
Oh.
Action is
action is everything. Even if you don't want to do it, always place your loved one first.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. 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 And I also write that your exercises in the book are next level. Tell me about the love arrows. What are the love arrows all about?
It's love. How to, first of all, love yourself and believe that love exists, not outside of yourself, but in. Also love when you meet your better half.
Yeah.
It's being in a place where you want to share your love with someone else, and you're not coming from a place of need. So it's all about falling in love and manifesting love in all areas of your life, not just the romantic area, but just you feel like love is everywhere. And it's not La La Land. It's not just a Hallmark movie. You can create that for yourself.
What about the career piece, like the
Mm.
dream of doing it, of being the movie star? Like I even say as a coach, there's no dream that's too big.
No dream that's
Broadway star, movie star, uh, famous novelist, you know, with I think you mentioned in the book with the gold sticker, the best-selling sticker on the front cover of the book, right? Like just
yes.
all the way to go, you know, it's almost like in dance. If you're going to do a movement,
Exactly.
you do it
Exactly.
full, right? You do it with absolute, you don't do it halfway
No,
wishy-washy. You go for that
go
action,
for
right?
it. I think we have the right to access that part of our brain that most people don't utilize. We have to be theatrical in our being. We have to be theatrical in our vision and see it happening. I there's nothing you can't achieve, even if you can't see it yet. Doesn't mean the plan is not there. I mean, I've always said, yeah, I'm giving stuff for free, but one day I'm only going to get high ticket clients and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be on a stage and I'm going to do, and you keep seeing it in your mind. And this is what we teach our children. When they say, I can't, that's not allowed. You cannot say, I can't. Take it out of your vocabulary.
Mhm.
You
And
are and you can.
there's a section, I say, nope, there's people that love this. Money Arrows, a simple 3-step exercise that you do 3 times a day that has the power to reverse your fortune. What is it?
You're not coming from a place of lack anymore. And I think that is one huge virus to delete.
That's
And you
awesome.
have to feel that you are rich and abundant at all times.
In Attract It All, what is the biggest golden nugget you want to leave people with after reading your book?
Never doubt yourself. Turn every no into a big yes.
Nice.
And that you have the power to do it all.
I love this. There's a question we ask everyone. Of course, we're going to ask it to you. What is bliss for Tsikki Thau?
This moment right now that I'm having with you, it's just a feeling of pure joy and gratitude and contentment. And that this is doing its own work. This is a blessing and blissful.
I felt that right
Yeah.
there in the heart
Yeah.
chakra, fourth
I just
chakra.
felt it. It's just this
Yeah.
exchange right here.
It's been an absolute honor to have you on the program today. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
It's so
Thank you
lovely.
so much. You're
I,
beautiful.
I have to ask, what is the best way for people to contact you, connect with you on social media, and of course to get a copy of Attract It All, The Real Secret to Manifestation?
Thank you so much. It's on my website, tsikkitau.com. Also my publisher, llewellynworldwide.com, as well as my Instagram, Tsikki Tau Official.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Each week we spotlight a fabulous person, and she is a fabulous person like Tsikki Thau, who is living their bliss. So if you're an author, artist, yoga, mindfulness, or meditation expert, or really anyone who is found and is following their bliss, we'd love to hear from you. We also love to feature singers and songwriters on this show. If you are one, please reach out to us. Also, what did you love about today's program? Are there any guests or topics you'd like us to feature on Finding Your Bliss? Write to us. For those of you who don't know, I'm also the Bliss Coach. That means I help you find your passion and purpose. Reach out to me at findingyourbliss.com/coaching. I'm also an Insight Timer, the #1 free meditation app. All you have to do is search up Judy Liebrecht. And of course, you can always follow us at the Bliss Minute on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So we're not going anywhere yet. We're going to let it